somehow over the past 3 months, through John's efforts and many of you in production, somehow you have created a circumstance where the backlog has dropped by 20%, even with a continued 10% increase in business over the prior year, which is really incredible. Having said that, again, thank you so much, everyone, for all of your hard work over this past year. It's been the biggest year we've ever had, the most profitable year we've ever had. As a result of that, we were able to allocate an additional $9 million to the profit sharing retirement fund, which is wonderful. And also the hourly rate for the bonus this year is $8.01, which is nice. So that's another thing that, above all else, I'd like to keep going, because all of you have certainly earned it and deserve it, and I hope that the sales that we have over this next year will allow us to do the same or better next year. And other than that, business in general is very strong. We continue to have the same level of profit that we did the year before. Last year, as you know, we were up 10% over the year before in terms of sales. This year, we are down from that number by about 3 to 5%, probably by the end of the year, which isn't great, but we feel that it's not necessarily any loss of business. It's really just that there is not that business. There's not that level of business that there was a year ago to support an increase of beyond that for this year. So overall, I think things are going very well. Profitability is strong. The shipments to date probably are about 5% over what they were last year, even though the orders are down, the shipments are up. And overall, it's just been a pretty smooth year in terms of how much business we've had, and it's been pretty even and consistent throughout every month. So we've been watching that. Something I'm a little bit concerned about is the backlog right now. It's like I forgot my number. Oh, I don't have it with me. John, I think it's somewhere in it's like 7. What was it last year? 801. 801. Okay, so it's like 751 this year, I think, something like that. But the big dollars came out of the yeah. Good. What is it? 791. I'm sorry, 791. Yeah. So that part of it is somewhat, that's okay. But the big thing came out of the retirement trust, so we didn't contribute as much as we traditionally do. So that's where you'll see the difference this year. The board felt that it was better to take away from the retirement contribution than it was to take away from the bonus, as people who have been here a long time probably have a good amount in there and can afford maybe to have less this year. And those of you who are newer, possibly further from retirement, likewise. So we decided to kind of put more of a bias on just simply putting it into the bonus and not, as much into the retirement. So hopefully this year should be better. Also, one thing I really am kind of concerned with is I want to make sure that all of you are happy, that you like what you're doing, that you like the environment here at Whelen. And we're going to be having a survey go out. For those of you with email addresses, it should go out tonight. Those of you who don't have email addresses will be printing out forms for you to then mail in. This is going to be an outside company that just does surveys, so it'll all be completely anonymous. And really, we're just looking for your honest opinion about how you feel about whatever the questions are that come up in the survey. Most of them are somewhat general, but still can give us some sense of maybe what our response would be and how we can improve. Also, at the end of the survey is a section where it's kind of more open-ended. I really encourage all of you to fill that out and be critical. I don't really want to hear, you sugarcoating it. I really want to get to anything that we can do to make your experience here better. You do a lot for us every day, and I'm just very very happy to be a part of this company and to work with you, and want to make sure that you feel the same way. So that's kind of what this is all about. So if you just say, yeah, everything's great, not really what we're looking for. We're kind of looking for what is good, but also, more importantly for me, what isn't good, you know. And we're also redoing the employee handbook coming up in the next year, so we're going to use a lot of this feedback to go right into developing that. So hopefully some of the feedback that you give us gives us some more particular direction on where we need to make some changes. So, but also number two, I would like to have some different kind of survey where you actually are evaluating your supervisor, so that we can get more critical feedback on exactly what it is that we're doing and how we're failing. And I think that would be just a healthy exercise for all of us to go through. I know it's been tested in some areas, and we've gleaned a lot of really important feedback from it. And ultimately, with all we do, financially, to try to communicate that we appreciate everything from my family to your families that you do for us and that you do for the company, we're not doing a good job really at the level of creating a positive working environment overall. And that's absolutely the most important thing that I can think of, really, to support and to try to work through. So certainly I really hope that more of you participate next time around, and that you understand that there's absolutely nothing negative that's going to come of it. It's only going to be positive. And that, being honest is all we really want. I mean, frankly, when I hear that there are good things and that people are happy with certain areas, that doesn't really give me anything to do. I'm much more interested in the negativity around, what issues you have, what problems you have, and hopefully getting to. But yeah, everything stayed exactly the same. Our profit is within $500,000 of what it was last year. So with that, the bonus this year will be $791 as it was last year. That's the hourly rate. And the retirement would stay the same as well. And hopefully, we can do better next year. But we really did overcome a lot of adversity this year, and I think remaining the same in these conditions is actually a huge win. So, I'm just very pleased with the results that everybody has had this year, and just want to say thank you. And I really sincerely appreciate everything you all do for this company and for my family. So, thank you. Just wanted to take a couple minutes, not too much time, just to kind of go through some of the things that I'm seeing, and let you know. Number one, we have a huge backlog right now. Manufacturing, everyone in manufacturing, thank you for running the overtime that you've been doing. I know that's been difficult, and I really, really appreciate it. That's been incredibly helpful overall to keep us up to speed. Our orders keep coming in, even though our lead times are going out, and a lot of our competition is attacking us on price and delivery. And with our corner that we have with quality and performance, we're able to kind of hold our ground. But I see that, it's been going on for a significant amount of time now, probably the past year, due to originally like a significant component part shortage that affected a lot of our SMT assemblies, kind of rippling through manufacturing, created this kind of deficit that we're now kind of working our way out of. And at the same time, our sales have been increasing, and at this point are right on par with our last year's performance, just about a little bit up. And but the backlog is up significantly, and I've seen over the past month and a half, through your efforts, the backlog is stabilizing, and even with increased orders coming in the door, we're definitely seeing a lot of improvement in our productivity. So thank you, everybody, for what you've done to contribute to that. That's it continues to be kind of a bit of a tough situation that we're working our way out of, but I'm very encouraged by the recent performance I've seen overall from the group, and just want to say thank you, and please continue to do what you can. It's definitely very important to us, and there is certainly hope that we can get through this without really losing any business at all. And it's going to be kind of an interesting thing, because as you begin to whittle the backlog down and our deliveries improve, we're going to get more orders as a result of that. So that is going to be kind of like a moving target for us, I think, as we go forward. So certainly there will be no shortage of work for us all to do.
It is with sadness that I tell you that Whelen has determined we must eliminate about 250 jobs from our workforce. This was a difficult but unavoidable decision. External factors like COVID-19 and a changing business climate have forced us to re-examine how we operate. The pandemic has greatly impacted the global economy, including Whelen suppliers, customers, and ultimately our business. As a direct result, we have seen a significant reduction in product demand. We are also faced with increased competition and rising business costs like never before. We tried everything we could to avoid eliminating jobs. This includes the furlough, canceling most of our co-works assignments, rescheduling 4th and 5th shift employees, eliminating cost of living increases, and making upcoming benefits changes. Unfortunately, these actions just weren't enough to keep Whelen positioned for success. I've given a lot of thought on how to handle this process in the most respectful and caring way possible, considering COVID-19 as well as the many emotions everyone will be feeling. Here's what I've decided. After this message, you are asked to go home for the day with full pay. Whelen will be closed tomorrow, July 10th. You will receive a letter at your home tomorrow that will let you know whether or not your job is being eliminated. You should receive this letter by midday. Everyone will be paid for tomorrow as well. I chose this method for several reasons. First, it allows for social distancing during the notification process. Your health and safety will always be our top priority. Second, it allows everyone to be in the comfort and privacy of their own homes during this difficult day. And third, we will be able to notify people very quickly rather than drawing out the process.